Om. So Shankaracharya in the text Vivekachudamani talks about the necessity for devoting one's mind and time to the contemplation of the ultimate principle, Brahman or God. Because to attain this human birth and to get this kind of intellect, it is very rare. Once you have got this, we have to spend that time to realize our true selves in this very life. He says, Amritatvasya nashasti vittenetyeva hi shrutihi braviti karmano muktehe ahetutvam svutam yataha. Amritatvasya nashasti vittena iti eva hi shrutihi. Shruti, that is the Vedas, the scriptures, the Upanishads. What do they say? They say that vitteneva, vittena. Vittena means by money. By money, vittena amritatvasya na shasti. Na asha asti. Nasha asti. Na asha asti. There is no hope. Na asha. Asha nasti. There is no hope of amrita, amritatva, immortality, amaratva. There is no hope of getting immortality by money, by property, by wealth. So you may be having lot of money, you may be having lot of wealth, but using that wealth, you cannot purchase immortality. So generally people think that everything has got a price tag. Everything can be purchased. Only thing is you should know what is the cost of every person. So everybody should have a cost, or everybody would be having a price. Everybody can be purchased. Or if you cannot purchase a person, you can at least influence a person. If you know the correct phone number of correct people, if you have it in your mobile phone, then you can get all works done. That is the idea. But you may be knowing so many people, you may be very powerful in society, you may have lot of property, but you cannot become immortal. So when death comes, if you say, do you know who am I? Do you know who I am? How can you come and take me? So death will not care. Or if you say that, okay, we will do some deal between yourself, you take some money and we can extend my stay in this world. That also will not happen. Or you say, please forgive me, or have some pity on me, pardon me. Even that will not happen. So na asha asti amritatvasya. There is no hope, there is no scope, or there is no any kind of possibility for attaining immortality by money. So people are trying how to become immortal. There is a lot of research going on in science how to reduce aging. So people want to look beautiful till the end of their lives. How to do that? Lot of money, billions of dollars is spent on this. But till now, they could not do it. And even if they succeed, what will happen? At best, they may live up to, human beings may live up to 200 years. But still they have to die. So Mayavati lived for thousands of years. But still he had to give up because it does not give you fulfillment. It does not give you immortality. So, vittena amritatvasya asha nasti iti eva shrutihi. This is what the scriptures tell us, that through money you cannot have any hope, any possibility of attaining immortality. But why will you not attain immortality by money? Because we are coming to this world, or we are bound to this world because of the idea of ownership and doership. Ahankara, mamakara. And money is what? It falls in the category of ownership, mamakara, that it is my money. So having that idea, you can never become immortal. And what is told Braviti? It is told very clearly, karmanah ahetatvam, muktehe ahetutvam. The cause, hetu of mukti, of liberation, which means total cessation of birth and death. Again and again coming to this world, again and again dying, that will stop. That is called mukti. So the total cessation of mukti, or the total cessation of births and deaths called mukti, total cessation, that will not be caused, ahetutvam, it will not be caused by karmanah, by work. So Sri Ramakrishna talks about this in Gospel. He says, if God comes to you, will you tell him that I will construct a big well, etc.? I will construct a big hospital, etc.? No. So why is it this told like this? It is told that till you have the idea of I am the doer, aham karta, kartaham. In Bhagavad Gita it says, Sri Krishna says that people think wrongly that kartaham iti manyate. They foolishly think that they are the doers, they are the people who perform actions. So till you think that, if you do any action, you will not get any result. That is the idea. So if you think yourself to be the doer, you do any action, then you will not get the result in terms of liberation. You will get result, but you will have to again come and go. And if you do actions thinking that you are not the doer, you will not get any results, and you will exhaust the cumulative karma which you have accumulated. You will exhaust it, and then after that birth you don't have to come. There is no need for you to again take birth. That is the idea. So here again it is told karmanah muktehe ahetutvam sputam. It is clear. Sputam. What is it clear? That you cannot get the mukti through karmana, through actions. You cannot get. So what do we need to do to attain liberation? And Swami Vivekananda, he has started this wonderful idea which is there in the Bhagavad Gita of doing karma. So what is the difference in that and this? There karma is being done, actions are being performed selflessly. Unselfishly you are doing your work. If you do work unselfishly, Swamiji says, you don't need to believe in any God or in any philosophy or in any dogma or doctrine. You can straight away attain, realize God. Shankaracharya says, Ataha vimuktiyai prayateta vidvan sanyastya bahyartha sukhasprhasan santam mahantam samupetya deshikam tenopadishtartha samahitatma. Tena upadishtartha samahitatma. Ataha, therefore, a person who is vidwan, a person who is supposed to know things, a person who has some learning, some education. Education in the sense, education which will lead you to know your true self. A kind of person who is having vidya. Vidya means the knowledge. What is knowledge? Knowledge of unification. Unification is knowledge, differentiation is ignorance. So a person who has this knowledge or who has some kind of learning of the scriptures, vidwan, That person should do what? What should that person do? Prayateta. Yateta, prayateta. That person should try. Try properly. Try best, one's best. Struggle one's best for vimuktiye, for getting mukti, for getting liberation. That person should try best for getting liberation. And how should that person try? Bahyartha sukha spriha sanyastha. After nyasa means in Sanskrit to give up. Sannyasa means to completely give up. So of having renounced spriha, desire, attachment, longing for bahyartha sukha. Bahyartha sukha means, bahya means external, artha sukha means the artha, indriyartha, or the objects of senses. So bahyartha sukha means the happiness or enjoyment or pleasure which is attained from external objects. So you want to eat jalebi. If somebody cooks, particularly in an ashrama, and you get, it is nice. So jalebi you want to eat nicely. You did not take jalebi. So that jalebi if you take, though you may have diabetes, but still you want to eat. And when somebody is feeding, you don't want to tell also that I have got diabetes. Okay, once in a while I can eat 2 or 3 jalebis. So why? Bahyartha sukha spriha. This attachment, longing to enjoy sense pleasures. Then we want to wear good clothes. Then we want to move about, seeing everything. What do we say? Scenery, we say. So you take a picture and put it on Facebook, immediately there are so many likes and people say, wow, heavenly, awesome, great scenery, how beautiful, elevating, etc., etc., etc. But only till that comment is made. Immediately the husband will ask something or wife will ask something, and immediately this fellow says, I was doing so much important work in Facebook and you are disturbing me, etc. So that happens. Why? Because mind always wants to go towards objects which please the senses. Which please the senses. So we want to always indulge ourselves into this. So such a person cannot attain liberation. So what should one do? Sanyasta bahyartha sukha. This attachment, this desire and longing for sense pleasures should be given up. After giving that up, one should santam mahantam sam upetya deshikam. One should approach santam mahantam deshikam samupetya. One should approach a santam, a good person. Mahantam, a person who has got lot of generosity, compassionate. So if you go to an university, you have done graduation, you go to an university, you say, I have done graduation in mathematics, I want to do MSc mathematics. So I have got this percentage of marks and you have to give me admission. So if your percentage of marks is high and they have vacancy, they will have to give you admission because you have the qualification. So after doing MSc mathematics, you can apply for MPhil mathematics because you have the qualification. And if you have cleared the entrance exam for PhD, or if you have cleared the MPhil for PhD or some exam like NET, etc., then you are qualified to apply for the PhD course. And if there is vacancy and if your percentage is high, then they are bound to give you admission. No institution can say, no, we cannot give because we don't like your face. Nobody can say that. So even you don't like my face, you are supposed to give me admission. But in spirituality, nobody can go and tell that since I know this, I know I have studied all the Upanishads and I also go to Ramakrishna Mission Ashrama. So please immediately tell me about Mukti. So what kind of guru you are? Immediately give me whatever mantra you have got. Like that, almost like at gunpoint you cannot ask. Because the person is not interested. He or she may or may not give you the knowledge of liberation. So why does a guru give the knowledge? Because of ultimate compassion, ultimate generosity. So Swami Yatishwaranandaji Maharaj was a brahmachari and he approached Brahmanandaji, Swami Brahmanandaji, his guru, that Maharaj, if you consider me fit for sannyasa, please give me sannyasa. So immediately Maharaj said, nobody is fit for sannyasa. Nobody is fit for sannyasa, but I will give you sannyasa. So it is out of the generosity, the mahanata, mahantam, the greatness of Guru that one is given this knowledge. Not because we are qualified, not because we are qualified, but because of the greatness. So you have to go to such a person who is good. Good means a person who does all kinds of commercial activity and has huge hoardings and has huge commercial activities. That person may call oneself, or other people may call that person as a guru, but is not a guru. Because if a person has got attachment to sense objects, pleasures of the senses, that person cannot be a guru. But what do we do now? We go to, say, Amazon or Flipkart or eBay to purchase things online. And then we see, oh, this has got good ratings. So we purchase. Similarly, if there is a guru whose photograph is there all over the newspaper, in TV like Astha channel, Sadhana channel, and also in hoarding, then we say this is the correct guru. Why? Because there is branding. People know advertisement. But that is not the way you find out a correct guru. So if your guru is himself or herself not realized, then how can you get that ultimate knowledge? So it should be Santa, means it should be a saintly person, a good person, Mahantam, generous person, compassionate person, and you have to Deshikam. Deshikam means a teacher. So you have to Deshika, you have to approach that Deshika, you have to approach that person, the teacher who is Santa and Mahanta, who is compassionate and good, and some Upetya. Having approached, going near that person, what do? Tena upadishta artha samahita atma. You have to Atma. Here Atma means mind. You have to Samahita Atma. You have to concentrate your mind, or you have to fix your mind on what? Tena. By that Deshika, by that teacher. Upadishta Artha. On the teaching or on the truth taught by that particular teacher. Tena Upadishta Artha. You have to Samahita Atma. So you have to fix your mind on the particular teaching of that teacher. So we don't need to study so many scriptures. We don't need to study so many religious books. We don't need to study the teachings of so many religious preachers. All we need to do is just get one particular teaching and focus on that. One particular teaching and focus on that. If somebody says that you are the children of immortality, Swamiji said, you are children of immortality. Amritasya putraha. So that is sufficient. Once you hear that, then you can think about that constantly for days together, for months together, years together, and then suddenly you will realize, yes, I am the children of immortality, and that gives you knowledge. That gives you knowledge. So what we need to do is, we need to chew the cud. As Sri Ramakrishna says, a cow eats so much and then sits down and keeps on chewing that. So that we have to do. That we have to do. We have to think and contemplate. What we are doing simply Shravana. Because half the time we are not also doing Shravana. It does not even go inside our mind. It just goes from there itself. So here there are so many, like this curves are there. So in ear itself, when it comes, it bounces back. It does not go inside. So if we properly hear to the teachings of the saints or teachers, we don't need to study so many things. just one or two messages, Sri Ramakrishna says, Kamini Kanchan Tyag. Give up lust and greed, calm and lobe. If you just give up, that's sufficient. He says that God realization is the goal of human life. That is sufficient. You don't need to listen to anything else. But we study the gospel again and again. We read the gospel. We listen to the gospel. We listen to this interpretation, that interpretation. Nothing happens. Why? Because we are not doing anything. We are not focusing our mind. So here also it is told by Shankaracharya that you have to Tena upadishta artha samahita atma. You have to samahita atma. You have to focus your mind on the teaching, upadishta artha of the particular teacher. The teacher. What kind of teacher? Deshika, teacher. What kind of teacher? Santam Mahantam. Santa Mahanta. A person who is compassionate and a person who practices what one preaches. So if one says that don't touch money and has got so much money and has kept the money, is keeping the money not for one's or not for the welfare of the society, but for oneself, for one's own enjoyment, then that person is not a good teacher. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat.